Hi, my loves. What's up? How's everyone doing? I've been super busy. Sorry for my absence. I know some of you have been wondering what is going on with Popular Hermetic. Well, I've just been busy and I'm glad that I'm back and I'm just here to deliver a general read. Y'all know how I do these. It's strictly from a creative space, a creative place, and I absolutely enjoy just sharing my thoughts, opinions on various aspects of life. So today, the overall theme for this read is going to be never give up. Never give up. Your dreams would come true. Never give up. Your dreams would come true. And I'm not sure if you guys saw that popular meme circulating on Facebook or on other social media, but it's actually a picture of a man that was in a, I guess you can say he was in a cave and he was like digging through to get to the diamond, because there were some diamonds in the cave, right? And just before reaching that diamond, he gave up. He almost gave up. And I guess that goes to show that sometimes, you're really close to your goal, and sometimes you could give up before you actually reach that goal. And the overall aim of this particular video is to kind of encourage you guys, to not give up on your goals and your dreams, because just when you think you're not gonna reach that goal is exactly when you're like very, very close to achieving whatever you're trying to achieve. Yeah. I think I would be able to get that picture and post it up here for you guys. I'll put it in my community section. So go click the community section of this channel and you're going to see other posts. Yeah, so let me stop rambling. I'm going to randomly select cards. I'm going to allow the cards to build a particular storyline. You all know how I do these. Yeah, so let's dive right into it, shall we? So, yeah. Messages for the highest good of my viewers. I call on Archangel Michael at this time to allow for fairness and clarity and, of course, justice to be served in this reading. All right, so let's get into it. Let's see what you need to know. Realistic, real talk. So whatever you're trying to achieve, my viewer, be it a short-term goal or a long-term goal, always ensure that you're being realistic. One, with yourself, and two, ensure that your goals are achievable. Okay? I'm not saying that it's not okay to have really big goals. It is okay to have big goals, but it's super important that those goals that you are trying to achieve is indeed achievable. Okay? And when I say achievable, I mean, it's within your reach. It's something that you can actually, make happen someday. Even if it's just like little steps you have to take towards your goal. Okay? All right. It says here, ability to view things from various perspectives, open mind. So there's a need for some of you to have an open mind about the things that you want to achieve, but where you want to go next in life, and not limit yourself. I think it's super important for people, especially those that are trying to get certain aspects of their life up and running. It's super important to ensure that you you have an open mind about where you're going next. Okay? Ensure that your thoughts are flexible enough so that you can leave room for things that need to happen the way they need to happen. Okay? Because oftentimes, we could fight against the currents of life. And I think most times that's where we affect the flow of life. And if it's one thing I learned from just general observation, is that it's super important to go with the flow of life. Not all of the time you're going to have control over outcomes. Not all of it. Actually, 8 out of 10 times you don't have control over outcomes. Okay, because you can plan, you can, just have a view in your mind of how you would like things to play off, and then eventually it doesn't pan out that way. That's just life. You have to leave room for those things when things don't go according to plan, but never give up. And I think that's the overall theme that I'm building on. Never give up. Okay, I'm not sure what is going on with my charger. It's the strangest thing ever, but I'm charging my phone as I'm recording, and it keeps making this weird sound. I don't know why that's happening. So I think I'm gonna just unplug it for a bit. Yeah, let's do that instead. I'm yet to have a new tripod stand. I have one. Hold on. Romantic love, good with the girls or guys. Okay, so this is only going to be for some of you. If you are wondering about your goals in love, this is like a gentle reminder, side note, that if you have goals in love, you should also remember that you are naturally good at communicating with the guys and girls. And if you have any doubt in your mind about maybe a goal that you're trying to achieve in love, don't doubt yourself. Don't doubt yourself, because love, I absolutely love to talk about love on my channel. You all would know that by now. I'm a lover at heart. But if it stepped to me sideways, then you're gonna get my bitchy side. But I'm all for love. All for love. Treat me nice, I'll treat you nice. And maybe I'm channeling that message because some of you probably need to hear that. Don't give too much. Don't overextend yourself. Give as much as you get. Somebody needs to hear that. Give as much as you get. Right? Make sure it's an equal give or take. And I'm not talking material things here. I'm talking in terms of energy. I'm talking in terms of time. Right? You all know I try to stay away from the material things as much as possible. Because it's just, those things come and go. Material things come and go. But I like to talk about the intangible things. But ensure in love that you are giving your time and energy equally. And not over-exerting or overextending yourself. Somebody needs to hear that out there, right? If you know that message is not for you, then don't take it. But if that message did stand out to you, then by all means, take that message and apply it to you if it is suitable to you, right? All right, let's move forward. What else wants to come out? Loving can mend your soul. Yeah. I didn't expect this to be a love reading. In fact, I thought it was going to be about, general goals. But I'm just going to go with whatever cards come out. And this card says, loving can mend your soul. And it really can, It really can. Love can heal you where you were broken before. And that's just the power of love. That's why, if you subscribe to the Quran or the Book of Life, the Bible, or whatever beliefs you may have, you all know on my channel I try to welcome everyone and make them feel comfortable regardless of their own beliefs. Loving can literally mend your soul. And there's a scripture that talks about love, and what it is. Love is patient, love is kind. Love is, and that is a scripture that I hold dearly to my heart. You all know I've since then graduated from religion. I'm more spiritual in nature than religious. So I kind of incorporate different aspects of all religions. And in Buddhism, they talk about the art of detachment. And in Buddhism, they also touched on that because I think they realize that love, if you want love to flourish, you have to let it be free, And oftentimes people have this version of love where it has to be contained and confined and you have to hold this person down, you have to keep them in one place. No. Love is very freeing. True love is very freeing. It allows you to be your most authentic self. True love allows you to be as free as you need to be. It lets you come and go. It's a free-flowing state. And the art of detachment in Buddhism basically supports the idea that, nothing in this world belongs to you. Nothing in this world belongs to you, and you should you should really just practice that level of mindfulness where you understand that everything is just temporary. Everything is temporary in this life, and even love. So as much as sometimes you would like love to stay, it's how we allow it to exist that matters most. Yeah, you can't cling on to love and expect it to stay. It's going to slip through, right? It's going to slip through your fingers if you cling and hold tightly to love. You have to just let it flow, let it be free. Yeah, so let's go on. Fairness and balance. Yeah. So again, if you, whatever goals you have in life, be it in love, because I'm getting a lot of love messages here. I did not intend for this reading to go on the topic of love, but it's popping up, so I have to read it. Yeah, ensure that you don't give up on your dreams, with respect to love. And this may be for somebody in particular. Maybe I'm speaking to you right now because, you probably had moments in your life where you felt like love was unattainable, or you may feel like this love thing is probably something you don't understand. But all in all, love exists everywhere. Love exists in different forms, and we meet people daily on a daily basis that show us love. And we just have to be open and receptive to that love. Yeah. And the only way that we can be receptive to the love of others is if we first love, of course, a divine creator, and of course if we first love our own self. Yeah. Not in a selfish way, of course, but in a selfless way where you actually take care of yourself. You actually, you take care of your well-being, you take care of your mind, you take care of your spirit, etc., before you can actually take care of somebody else. But don't give up on your dreams, my viewer, especially around love, because love popped out. And if it's like business goals, because fairness and balance just came out, and I don't know why I'm thinking of like law because of the scales. So maybe some of you that chose this power, you may be in a field where you have to practice a lot of fairness, or if not that, if you're not in a field of work where you have to practice a lot of fairness, it could be that at your core, at your being, in your essence, you value fairness and balance. And that's okay. Fairness is something that we should all value very highly. And ensure that whatever goals you have set out for yourself, that you are being fair to yourself, and that you are indeed adding to balance in your life. Even if it's work, let's say, for example, let's stray for a bit work related here. Let's say you're working, and you have a particular goal in mind, but you are experiencing burnout, or you are stressing yourself out. Ensure that you are maintaining balance within your spirit, because, to be honest, guys, we are not robots. Right? We are not robots, we are humans. And humans experience burnout, and sometimes they get tired, and sometimes they get frustrated. And that's all part of the process. We all experience those things. It's normal, but there are ways that you can go about having a balance in your life, work and leisure time. There's a lovely balance. Once you find that balance, you would experience a lot of I wouldn't say bliss, but you wouldn't be as stressed, and this is within the context of work. I'm straying to work here now because these scales made me think of work. But yeah, all in all, ensure that if you are a bit of a workaholic, that you are balancing your time and energy equally. You can, yes, try your best to show up for others, but my question to you, my viewer, is how are you showing up for yourself? Because it's good to be there for others, but are you truly making time for yourself, my viewer? And are you making time for your goals and dreams? Yeah, don't ever forget to make time for your goals and dreams, however small those goals or dreams may be. It's still worth something, and it still has a lot of value to it. Yeah, so there's that. Let's dive now into more messages. Yellow is mellow, but it's so bright. Optimism is contagious. So there's a need for some of you to stay optimistic, okay? If you know you are a bit prone, or you have a tendency towards negative thinking, maybe this is what you needed to hear right now, it's super important for you to have that optimism about life in general, because optimism helps. You all know I like to talk about the art of manifesting and manifestation on my channel, and the law of attraction, and how to attract things into your life that are in alignment with who you are. Part of attracting more positive experiences into your life comes about when you are more optimistic, okay? Because we are all energetic beings. Science said it, I didn't make it up. Science said that we all carry energy, right? And you all know I did physics back in high school, so I would always make reference to what I did in physics. And energy can never be destroyed, it can never be, gotten rid of. Basically, it can always exist, right? And when we realize that, hey, we are all energetic beings, and we begin to really nurture our own energy, our own frequency, that is, of course, the level of optimism that we have, the approach we have to challenges in life in general. Once we have that optimistic mindset, we're gonna attract more positive experiences, more positive people into our life. And of course, with all things, you have to use your wisdom and discernment, okay? Not every opportunity that comes your way you're going to take, obviously, right? And I'm channeling this message because maybe it's something that some of you need to hear. Not every opportunity that comes to you is going to be a good one. It may look good, and I'm just talking work related here. Keep in mind that I'm branching off into work right now. Okay, so if you have opportunities come to you, use your discernment. Always ask yourself, how is this opportunity going to help me to develop in character? Always ask yourself that. How is this opportunity going to help me to develop in character? Okay, and that is how you're going to get most of your answers for opportunities that may come your way. Because not every opportunity that comes your way is going to be a positive one. Okay, and you have to be on that wavelength of, I guess, fairness and balance within self in order to determine if an opportunity that comes to you would be fair to you, and if it would be fair to your time, your energy, etc. Things that are very valuable. Those things, you can't put a price on your time and energy. You really can't, because those things are can't put a cost on that. You really can't. Yeah. Okay, so let's move forward. Let's see. Love to learn, curious cat. So this would only be applicable to those of you that click this video and you are naturally a curious person. If you know you're not a curious person, then don't take this message. But if you are naturally a curious person, this is an indicator, I guess, from the universe. A sign from the universe is a sign for you to not ever lose that. Don't ever lose that curiosity. If you want to learn more about life, you want to read more on spiritual subjects, you want to read more on science, you want to read more on, I don't know, whatever you want to read on, continue reading. Because I think reading does so much for your mind space. Educating yourself on various aspects of life does a lot for you internally. It opens your mind space. It gives you a different perspective, ability to view things from various perspectives, open mind. I think educating yourself really opens your mind space, and some of you needed to hear that. Go read a book, respectfully. Read a book. Go read something. Go read something of value that would nourish your spirit, that would nourish your soul. Okay? I have books that I love to read over. That's to tell you how much I, value some of the information that I read. So yeah, I encourage and urge all of you to go look at some audiobooks. There are audiobooks if you don't like to read, go listen to an audiobook. Expose yourself to the material, because there's a lot of material out there. There's a lot of material out there. Free spirit liberates others. So this would be only for my free spirits. Maybe you have some life goals around liberating others. This is a very specific message for somebody. But my question to you is, have you liberated yourself? And what does liberation mean to you within self? Because most times what we want to free in others is actually what we want to free within self. So this is just a random message that's coming through, and I have to say it. Maybe some of you may have, like, you may be drawn to gender studies or gender differences, or you may have interests in just liberation in general, slavery days, that's coming through. Maybe you did like studies in slavery, or you something about slavery. Oh, you know what came to mind? That Bob Marley lyric, liberate yourself from mental slavery, none but ourself can free our mind. Yeah, so some of you that click this video, maybe you have your own challenges with feeling free within yourself, and maybe that inspires you to liberate others, or it may make you feel like you want to liberate others. That is a very specific message for somebody. I don't know who it is for, but it's gonna resonate. It's gonna connect with you once it's your message. If it's not your message, totally disqualified, okay? But I'm getting that intuitively. I'm picking up on that intuitively. For those of you that know me well, you know that I'm extremely free within myself. I believe in freedom of expression. I don't ever hold back. I don't put water in my mouth to say things, and I don't mince my words. I say what I mean, and I mean what I say. I'm that type of person. But it took me a lot of years of doing internal work to reach that point. So maybe some of you that click this video, you need to do some self-reflection, and really question yourself. Really ask yourself, am I free? Am I truly free? Am I free to be myself? And if you're not free to be yourself, then ask yourself, what is holding you back? Is it religion? Is it indoctrination? Is it just following the masses, following what everybody else is doing? Asking yourself these questions is exactly how you reach a point of true self-discovery. Yeah. So I just wanted to shine some light on that. But if you do have goals with respect to, as I said, gender studies, etc., this is only going to be for some of you, okay? It wouldn't be for all of you. Explore that. Explore more of that. Explore more of you being drawn to whatever you're drawn to, especially if it's gender studies. Ask yourself, why am I drawn to differences between the sexes, males and females? Why am I drawn to that? Why am I so fascinated by that? And even if you do have goals with respect to that, ensure that those goals are realistic, and ensure that you are maintaining a level of realism when you are expressing your thoughts and ideas around gender differences in particular that is coming through, and liberal arts. Something about that, child. That is only going to be for some of you, not all of you. I have to keep repeating that, because a lot of the times you guys come onto my channel and, it's kind of like you listen to my messages and you take things sometimes that don't belong to you. Because I get emails from you guys, some people reach out and they would be like, yeah, this made sense to me, but this part didn't make sense to me. And it's okay if certain parts of my readings don't make sense to you, because these are general readings, and I always say in my general readings, take what you can with you and leave behind what belongs to somebody else. So not everything I share on here would make sense to you, and that's okay. Only take the parts that make sense to you. Wanted to say that again for the millionth time. All right. Attract opportunities easily. Yeah. So some of you need to be reminded that you have the ability to do this, attract opportunities easily, and it's tied to your optimistic mindset, okay? Now, once you have that optimistic mindset, things are going to be okay, because I genuinely believe that some people, they're just natural master manifestors. They're good at attracting things pretty easily into their reality because of, yes, their time of birth and a lot of other factors that should be taken into consideration when we are determining what makes somebody a master manifestor. But there are different factors that would affect how easily we attract opportunities, okay? But I think for most of you that come onto my channel, you are high vibe, you're high frequency, and you look at my videos and you understand that whatever comes to you because of, I guess, the energy you carry. Okay, so this is a reminder that once your energy is right and you have the right type of mindset, you're going to attract opportunities more easily into your reality. Okay, and that's a fact, because I mean, obviously, we're all energy beings. Okay, we're all energy beings, and that's just how it works. We operate on that frequency. Okay, I didn't make it, science did, and science doesn't lie. I always say that science never lies. Okay, so yeah, let me pull out 3 more and then I would wrap up this read. Hopeful soul also gives hope to others. So this is a reminder for those of you that chose this pile to stay hopeful, that to remember what joy comes with being hopeful, because there is joy that comes with being in a hopeful state. And don't forget to inspire others to have hope as well. Faith as small as a mustard seed could move mountains, and I'm a firm believer of having faith. I ain't no saint, and I don't paint myself out to be a saint, because I use curse words sometimes, and I ain't perfect, but I'm not pretending to be somebody that I'm not. And sometimes if I come on here and I talk to you guys and I use my little harsh words here and there, it's all with love. It's never from a terrible place. It's not coming from a bad place. But all in all, this is a reminder that some of you need to just remember what hope can do for you. Hope and faith can do a lot for you in this lifetime. It really could. And once you maintain that frequency of thinking, that level of thinking, you would, oddly enough, inspire others. You would inspire others to have that amount of faith and hope as well. Even in the worst of situations, I always tell people, listen, there's a silver lining in everything. There's a silver lining in everything. There's a silver lining in separation from people. There's a silver lining in, moving to a new country. There's a silver lining in leaving a job. There's a silver lining in finding new hobbies, starting a new talent, or exploring a new talent. All of those things combined, those new chapters, it's glimmers of hope, I guess you would say. That aspect of life that reminds you how important hope is. Those aspects of life that reminds you of how important hope is. Starting new chapters. It all started because why? Of hope. And yes, I know sometimes, we may have that, I guess it's a human tendency, I would call it, to go into a sunken place and to have, probably negative thoughts and think the worst of situations, or think the worst of people. And it's like, no, think more optimistically, think in a more optimistic manner, and have hope in everything that you explore in life, So that's all I want to say. I have 2 more. Goals are achieved once you focus. Yeah, this is a reminder to focus on the things that you really want to achieve. And put pen to paper, write down your goals. Set out goals for yourself, personal goals. Oh Jesus, my foot is cramping. And don't let people cramp your style. Don't let people stop you from achieving things that you want to achieve, especially if it's something that may seem unrealistic to other people. This is my thing, guys. Not everybody's gonna understand your journey, and that's okay. Not everybody is gonna understand the method to your madness, and that's okay. Not everybody is gonna accept your hobbies and the things that you do in your free time, or your talents. In fact, most people, to be honest, most people that have an issue with you, being creative or being your most authentic self, those are the people that have issues with their own self. So don't let hate get in the way of your goals, or trying to achieve certain things for yourself. For example, if you come from a family probably that didn't have, this is just a random example, guys, okay, this is one of the examples that are coming to mind. If, for example, if you come from a family where it probably is broken, and you probably have dreams of having your own family or starting your own family, don't let those family members that never had happiness in your family try to prevent you from having your own happiness or creating your own happiness with starting your own family. Just an example. Or don't let people who have failed marriages discourage you from actually getting married. Yeah, random examples. But we all have different goals, and not all of the time those goals are centered around family or marriage life. Sometimes you may have business goals. Don't let people stop you from trying to achieve the things you want to achieve. It's basically what I'm saying, right? Your goals are your own, and you don't need to explain your goals to other people. You don't need to explain your life to other people. You don't need to explain your decisions to other people. Why? Because it's your life, and you get to choose what you want to do with it. All right? And lastly, let's see what wants to come out. Gratitude is a must. In everything that you do, remember to be grateful. I'm going to put this one back because I only wanted one more. Okay? Always practice gratitude. I say it all of the time on my channel, and I'm going to say it again. Always practice gratitude along the way. Gratitude can do a lot for you. The frequency of gratitude. Be thankful for the little things that you do have, as little as they may be. Be thankful for the opportunities that you do have, as little as those opportunities may be. And it's the way that you are going to attract more of what you already have. Okay? So that's it, guys. Love and light to all of you. You all know this is just my creative space. It's one of my favorite hobbies. I love to come on here and just bless you all with random messages, and I kind of allow the cards to guide what I have to say. Remember, your dreams are your dreams, and it doesn't have to make sense to anybody else. Okay, it doesn't have to make sense to anybody else, and you don't need the approval of others. So bye, sending love and light to all of you. Peace and chicken grease. Laters.